Bullying is a serious problem in our society and should be condemned at all cost. For the sake of this story, imagine being harassed by bullies at school, but eventually the bullies respect you because you are more tougher than you seem. Now let's start the story. Kyla is a martial arts student, living in Hong Kong. Her dad Bert runs a nearby eatery during the day and creates games around evening time. Kyla's mom died a couple of years prior while heading to an air terminal. Since her dad wouldn't drive her that day, Kyla faults him for her mom's demise. The connection between the dad and little girl hasn't been the equivalent from that point forward. Kyla lives in her school's quarters and scarcely at any point visits home. She is always tormented by a bully named Austin. He and his gathering of companions trouble her habitually. Now, the jerks are in Kyla's dad's eatery, whining about the food not being spicy. Even after gobbling up everything, they will not pay. Kyla fights back against them and powers them to settle. An embarrassed Austin tosses the cash to the floor and leaves. Kyla gets it and hands it to her dad, who is in a mascot ensemble. She likewise apologizes to him for Austin's discourteousness. The following day at school, Austin gets his payback by making Kyla's companion sibling trip and drop his food. Kyla's companions request that she fail to remember it, however she would rather not let them free. She sits with the gathering of menaces unhesitatingly and eats from their plates. A scared Austin lets her be and leaves with his companions. Afterward, Kyla figures out that he obliterated her garments in the dryer. The group troubles her every day, laughing when she messes up, making her fall several times, and adding frogs in her lunchbox. A nearby retailer holds kung fu matches before his home day today. Kyla comes to know that Austin has beaten up everybody he has battled against till. She makes a move to challenge him. She even tells him to wear a skirt on the off chance that he loses. Austin, thusly, requests that she trim her hair and wear men's garments, assuming he wins. The battle begins and happens for a long time. It is obvious that Austin is much more talented than Kyla. He surprises her and hits her right in the gut. The aggravation nearly purposes Kyla to drop. After the punch, she can scarcely get up and is crushed in a solitary kick. Austin snickers at her and gives her some scissors. Tolerating her loss, Kyla trims her hair. The following day, she goes to class with short hair and is ridiculed by everybody. At the point when she enters the class, Austin calls her a man, making her angrier than she as of now is. At the point when he doesn't quit calling out to her, she goes after him in the class. They must be isolated by the educator before a battle breaks out. Kyla is then taken to the chief's office. He calls Bert to enlighten him concerning his girl's trickeries. Bert apologizes, guaranteeing that she is forceful on the grounds that he hasn't been a decent dad to her. He asks the head to let her free this time. At the point when Kyla goes to get lunch that day, a few young ladies block her. They have held hands with Austin to inconvenience her around the school. Kyla's companion hollers at everybody for supporting a harasser, yet they overlook her. Not having any desire to create a situation, Kyla leaves without her lunch. She thinks back about her mom, who was the reason she got into kung fu. While most moms dressed their girls in princess dresses, Kyla's mom made her train from a young age. She accepted that kung fu required young ladies like Kyla, however much Kyla required kung fu. That evening, Bert calls her and requests that she get back home for the end of the week. In any case, Kyla is hesitant, yet she consents to visit him. After the call with his little girl, Bert likewise calls her investor and requests that he test his new game. He has made a virtual game where one needs to battle truly to win. Kyla returns home and meets her dad. Bert attempts to humor her in a discussion, yet she is rude. When called out for being discourteous, she disregards him. Bert likewise gets some information about her hair, however Kyla excuses it and doesn't educate him regarding being harassed. At the point when he raises the adjustment of her conduct, she faults him for every bit of it. Hurt by her words, Bert leaves. Minutes after, Kyla goes to his workspace and noses about. She sees a neckband on a table, yet doesn't heed it. She tracks down a headset on his workstation and chooses to wear it. When she puts it on, she enters the virtual universe of old China. Out of nowhere, a gathering assault her, yet she shields herself. She likewise sees that her hair has returned to being long. Then, at that point, her eyes land on Austin, who is wearing conventional Chinese apparel and is battling the thieves. It just so happens, individuals he is battling are burglars attempting to ransack food from a rancher's home. Kyla is shocked that Austin is doing something good for once. Then, the head of the gathering, Ricky, approaches to battle Austin. But he is demonstrated to be feeble against Austin's skill and is taken out in practically no time. After the hooligans take off, Austin provides the ranchers with the sacks of grains that were detracted from them. Kyla follows him and asks him how he got into the game. She before long figures out that he is essential for the game with an alternate name and a completely unexpected character in comparison to Austin. He likewise advises her regarding the strong looter siblings, Ricky and Terry. They have assembled and prepared a military to steal food and supplies from poor people. Austin is safeguarding individuals of his town with his life. He is certain that since Ricky was recently crushed, his sibling Terry will come to get payback. Elsewhere in the looters' camp, Terry is angry. He sends a portion of his kin to watch out for Austin to strike the town. She meets her bully Jimmy, who is one of the heroes in the virtual world. Her school principal is the combative techniques educator. He accepts that she is with the looters and makes his students encompass her. On figuring out that she is only an honest outsider, he is sorry and sends her to her own space for her visit in their town. Kyla is acquainted with the head of the town. Abruptly, Austin becomes ill. The gathering surges them to the town surgeon, Miss Kim. She is prepared in combative techniques and is a good fighter. When Austin improves, she and Kyla investigate the town. They run over an old shed and see a grisly-looking individual. Kim makes sense of that the man is her dad, who has been in the shed for a year. Her dad, Ted, used to be an explorer who aided individuals and got burglars wherever he went. Notwithstanding, after Kim and Mom's demise, he wished to remain disconnected from the world and hasn't emerged from the shed. Kyla stays in the town for the couple of days and gains different kung fu techniques methods from the town's head. She and Austin practice together and gain numerous things from one another. Soon, the town runs out of food due to the expansion in burglaries. The head of the town diminishes the day-to-day 3 feasts a day down to just 2 dinners. The laborious and the regular people are bothered on the grounds that soon they could pass on from starvation. At night, Kyla, Austin, Jimmy, and Kim go to the looter's home to take grains. Jimmy utilizes a cylinder and darts to make the watchman oblivious. Then, they break into the extra space and prepare to pack everything in. Nonetheless, the alarm rings, alarming everybody in the place of their appearance. Kim comes before the adversaries to save the others. The gathering take off without her. The following morning, Kyla asks the town head to save Kim, yet he will not do so in light of the fact that Kim was discovered taking, which is contrary to their standard. Later, she goes to request help from Kim's dad Ted. She educates him regarding her mom's demise and the way in which she faulted her dad for it. Kyla says that her dad couldn't be more pleasant to her and concedes that she was to blame for accusing him. She is going to lose trust when Ted comes beyond, not set in stone, to save his little girl. The gathering assaults the looters' base and battles the watchman prior to safeguarding Kim. The dad and the girl rejoin and choose to go out. Kyla believes them should remain until the looters are gone. Ted claims he has confidence that they can stop the burglars. After Terry figures out that his soldiers were gone after, he prepares to attack the town with his officers. Realizing that he is going to follow through with something like that, Kyla, Austin, and Jimmy plan to stop him. Kyla realizes that there should be a method for overcoming the foe, since this is a game all things considered. Then, she recalls the neckband she saw on her dad's table that matched precisely to the jewelry that a warrior was wearing. She expresses gratitude toward her dad for the clue. Hours later, Terry and his fighters goes after the town. The town head and his students fight them. During the fight, Kyla sees the neckband and the man wearing it. While attempting to battle him, she is killed and taken back to the real world. Kyla will not lose and wears the headset in the future. She has another life left, which implies she can proceed with the game from where she was before. This time, she beats the warrior and figures out how to get his neckband. On opening, she tracks down her mom's image inside. In one moment, Terry's troopers vanish because Kyla was all ready to sort out the hint. At the point when just Terry is left, they win the fight. Following that, we see Kyla and Austin by the side of the waterway. She lets him know that she misses her dad and requests that he send her home. Austin vows to recollect her and sends her back to the real world. At the point when Kyla is at long last back, it has just been a couple of hours since she began to play. Incidentally, Bert and a potential investor had been watching her play this time. She says sorry for being impolite to him. The investor is so dazzled with the game that he offers to put 10 million yuan in it. 1 week from now is a public-level kung fu contest. Kyla and Austin have partaken in the opposition and have been chosen in various divisions. They need to win 4 rounds to arrive at the finals. Upon the arrival of the opposition, Kyla sees around and is sad that her dad is absent. In any case, she gives her all and wins effectively against the genuine Kim. Also, Austin wins the following couple of rounds and arrives at the finals. Kyla conflicts with a person in the semi-last, and after a serious match, she overcomes him. Presently, the adversaries need to battle each other in the finals. The crowd looks as they prepare to battle. Austin strikes the primary assault, however Kyla avoids it. Also, Austin additionally avoids Kyla's assaults. The primary round closes with next to no one of them getting a legitimate hit. The referee blows the whistle showing the finish of the round, yet Austin plays foul and goes after Kyla even later. His score is deducted, however he doesn't withdraw. In the following round, they appear to match in abilities and strength. Kyla kicks Austin toward the back and makes him fall. An irritated Austin disrupts the guidelines once more and hits her on the rear of her knee. Yet she actually gets up. He kicks her on the rear of her head, defying one more guideline. Kyla is nearly taken out, however at that point, she sees her dad in a crab costume supporting her from the crowd. With restored inspiration, she rises up to battle Austin. She recollects the method she had learned with the virtual Austin and uses it on him. It works without a charm, and she takes him on a mission to win the competition. As the group emits in cheers, she races to her dad and embraces him. In the last scene, she is back in school. She sets things straight with Austin, who remarks that she had the right to win the last game. For more stories like this, like and subscribe, and remember, a good story can change your life.